Hi, this is Rizwan Sardar. I'm from Lincoln Medical Center, Pennsylvania, and I'm excited to be with Dr. Zoghbi, President of ACC, and we would like to ask him some questions. Dr. Zoghbi, what are your opinion is
Pleasure
about...
being with you.
Thank you so much. What is your opinion about the multimodality imaging for interventional cardiology?
Well, I think imaging has really grown so much, not only in number of imaging modalities, but what you could do with it. And I think it really has given us the opportunity to look at structure and function like never before. So the question is, how do you marry that with interventional cardiology? I think nowadays your modality of choice in the interventional arena certainly is echocardiography. There's no question about it. And most likely either transesophageal or intravascular ultrasound or ICE catheter. You know, there is a challenge with that, the knowledge of what you're acquiring and how do you guide an interventional cardiologist during the procedure. And the other is the time commitment, either from the echocardiographer or from the imager. So there are some situations where, you know, the interventionalist can do it, you know, which is like an electrophysiology kind of arena. But in all the others, like TAVR, like mitral clip, or any of the other major devices, or even left atrial occlusion device, you're going to need another pair of hands, a pair of eyes to navigate, guide. So I think it's going to be very interesting. The challenge is communication. And I think you will see the arena being different, meaning having the screens available also for the interventionalists so they can help each other and communicate well. But two, we are hoping that the time that is committed from the imager in this arena be accounted for. Because this is a big challenge nowadays. It takes you away from your other line of work for hours, and at this stage is really not accounted for well. So either the institution has to account for it. We hope that at least within payment reform that we could account for it. Whatever it is valuable time, but we need to be able to integrate it in this new arena.
Thank you. That's really expanded version, and we really appreciate that. In the last, I would like to ask you any 3 words of advice for fellow in training who wants to have a career in academia.
Academia, for those interested, is very exciting. And you could see different flavors of it, and it really depends what you want to do as an early career or graduating fellow. I know most people who are leaning toward academe enjoy teaching, enjoy interaction with the even younger graduates, if you will. But there is a flavor beyond that, is advancing the science. So yes, teaching is good and it's good to share, but is advancing the science. And in that line, I think it's important to keep few things in mind. One, follow your passion. And you know, pick an area that you're really passionate about, interested in. If you haven't discovered your niche, talk with some mentors around you to advise you, guide you about what's on the horizon in the future. 2 is, if you engage with a research protocol, make sure that it is meaningful. And the best meaningful for me is whatever that hypothesis is, be it positive ultimately or negative, that it is important. Because if it is not important, let me tell you, it may lead you in wrong directions and may not really add to the field one way or another. And if you're wondering whether there are actually questions still to be asked, there are tons of them actually. Just look at the guidelines, look at the appropriate use criteria, look at the line of evidence, which is not solid most of the time, is a lot of expert opinions. And if you look at those AUCs, we call appropriate use criteria, there is a lot of maybe appropriate, or in the old language, uncertain. And this is where you can find quite a few of your answers.
That's great. Thank you very much, Dr. Zoghbi, for such wonderful advice. And keep watching us.